Thanks for tuning in to the Essential Wellness Podcast with Janice Story, your go-to podcast for all things self-care, beauty, and holistic wellness, brought to you by AJ's EO Infusions, where nature meets luxury. Get ready to nourish your lips and elevate your routine. Let's glow, grow, and thrive together. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to another episode of the Essential Wellness Podcast. I'm your host, Janice Story, where we are exploring how small intentional practices create powerful transformation. And today we're diving deep into a topic that touches everyone's life, quite literally, multiple times a day. The secret to soft, kissable lips without the harsh chemicals. If you love natural beauty and effortless self-care, then you're in the right place. And hey, if you haven't already, then make sure to follow us for more wellness wisdom. Let's get started. Quick disclaimer, the information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. As a nurse, I'm sharing general wellness information and not providing medical advice. Please consult with a healthcare provider for any health concerns. As an aromatherapist, I am providing information about the use of essential oils. Please consult with a qualified aromatherapist before using essential oils, especially if you are pregnant, nursing, have any health concerns, conditions, or if you are new to essential oils. Essential oils should always be diluted appropriately before application, and always perform a patch test before using any new products. So last week, I introduced you to the concept of the lip butter scrub as part of our essential oil living series, and the response was overwhelming. My inbox has been flooded with questions about how this simple formula has created such dramatic results and why traditional lip care approaches often leave us trapped in cycles of dependency and disappointment. Today, we're unpacking everything. The philosophy behind essential oil living, the science of lip tissue health, and practical rituals that transform not just how your lips look and feel, but your entire relationship with self-care. So whether you're struggling from chronically dry lips, frustrated on how your lipstick applies, or if you're just curious about more aligned approaches to personal care, today's conversation offers insight that extends far beyond cosmetics into the essence of how we honor our bodies. Before we dive into solutions, let's acknowledge the magnitude of the problem. Lip discomfort is so commonplace that most people don't even register it as an issue anymore. It's simply become background noise to our daily experience. The statistics tell a striking story. The average person applies lip products 6 to 30 times a day. We unconsciously lick our lips 15 to 20 times an hour when they feel dry. And most of us own between 5 to 12 lip products at any given time. And studies show that 83% of people report chronic or seasonal lip discomfort. But here's what fascinates me. Despite the multi-billion-dollar industry dedicated to lip care, satisfaction rates remain incredibly low. We keep buying new products and hoping for different results without questioning the fundamental approach. So let me share a personal story. For years, I carried no more than like 5 lip balms at a time. I had one in every purse, every jacket pocket, my nightstand, desk drawer, kitchen drawer, bathroom drawer, in my car, at work, everywhere. Not even kidding. I applied compulsively, obsessively, convinced that these were, without a doubt, my solution to my dry lips and that my comfort would vanish. My lips never actually healed. They merely experienced just that temporary relief and then it quickly faded, sending me to reach for another tube again. This dependency isn't accidental. Many conventional formulas contain ingredients specifically designed to provide immediate sensation without addressing the underlying causes. Some even contain mild irritants that simulate temporary plumping while also creating long-term dryness. I hear similar stories from listeners every day. Just like me, I've spent hundreds of dollars on high-end lip treatments only to find myself still dealing with the same issues. Sometimes I wonder if healthy, comfortable lips are even possible for me. So this experience points out to a fundamental misalignment in how we approach lip care and personal care in general, which then brings us to the philosophy that changed everything for me. Essential oil living isn't simply about replacing synthetic products with natural ones. It represents a fundamental shift in how we relate to our bodies and the natural world. At its core, there are four guiding principles. So first we have alignment rather than intervention. Conventional wellness approaches often position the body as something to be controlled, corrected, or overridden, and essential oil living recognizes that our body possesses inherent wisdom and self-regulating mechanisms. Our role isn't to force change, but to create conditions that support this natural function. With lip care specifically, this means working with your lips' regenerative capacity rather than applying products that override the natural signals. Second is the holistic formulation rather than just isolated ingredients. So nature rarely presents single compounds in isolation. Plant materials contain complex synergies where secondary components often enhance the function of the primary actives. While laboratory isolated ingredients can show impressive results in controlled studies, they frequently perform differently when they are separated from their natural cofactors. Complete botanical preparations honor these relationships. Third, the multi-sensory experience rather than functional utility. Conventional products prioritize practical outcomes while often neglecting the sensory journey. Essential oil living recognizes that the scent, the texture, and the ritual significantly impact both our psychological response and our emotional relationship with self-care. The aromatherapeutic properties of properly selected essential oils create neurological benefits beyond their physical action on tissues. And then we have intentional presence rather than mindless application. Perhaps most transformative is the shift from unconscious consumption to mindful ritual. When we apply products with awareness, feeling the textures, noticing the sensations, and maintaining present moment connection, we transform maintenance into meaningful experience. This philosophical foundation informs everything about how the lip butter scrub was developed and how we recommend using it. It's not just what's in the formula, but how we engage with it that creates transformation. Now let's explore the fascinating science of why this approach works so effectively. Our lips represent the most unique tissue structures on the entire body, unlike our regular skin. Our lip tissue lacks the glands that naturally naturally moisturize our other skin. It contains minimal melanin for UV protection. It's approximately 3 to 5 times thinner than our other facial skin and features a significantly higher concentration of nerve endings, transitions between the internal mucosal tissue and external skin. This distinctive structure makes our lips particularly vulnerable to the environmental factors, while also making them exceptionally responsive to proper care. The lip butter scrub addresses these unique characters through a 3-phase approach: exfoliation, nourishment, and protection. So let's break down what happens in each of these phases. So we have intelligent exfoliation, which is phase 1. So all skin, including our lip tissue, constantly renews itself through a process called discrimination, where the dead cells naturally shed to reveal fresh cells beneath. When this process functions optimally, our lips remain smooth and receptive. However, numerous factors can disrupt this natural shedding. So dehydration, the weather, certain foods, and ironically, many lip care products themselves. The exfoliating component of the lip butter scrub uses rounded organic sugar crystals that remove only cells ready to be shed. It stimulates the microcirculation to enhance the nutrient delivery, and it creates pathways for moisturizing compounds to penetrate. Respect the delicate barrier function rather than stripping it. And unlike harsh scrubs with irregular particles that can create the microscopic tears, these round particles dissolve gradually during application, preventing over-exfoliation. We have lipid-rich nourishment. So the butter base delivers specific lipid compounds that mimic and support your lips' natural moisture barrier. Research shows that effective lip hydration isn't about water content, but about specific fatty acid profiles that create semi-permeable barriers that prevent water loss, enhance cell membrane function, support structural proteins that maintain the lip fullness, provide building blocks for cellular regeneration. The botanical butters in our formula deliver these precise fatty acid configurations in forms your tissues readily recognize and incorporate. And then we have phase 3, the protective aromatherapy. So the essential oil blend serves dual functions. First, the specific oils create an invisible, breathable shield that protects your lips without suffocating them. So unlike petroleum-based products that simply just sit on the surface, these plant compounds integrate with your tissue structure. Second, carefully selected aromatherapeutic components interact with the receptors that moderate the inflammation responses, enhance cellular renewal signals, support healthy microbial balance, promote stress reduction through the olfactory pathways, which is smelling. This multi-layered approach explains why users experience such profound differences compared to conventional products that typically address only surface symptoms. Now, I want to directly address the most common concerns people express when considering switching to this approach. I've tried natural products before, and they just weren't effective enough. This objection usually stems from experiences where products that claim to be natural but contain insufficient concentrations of active botanicals. Many mass market natural products contain minimal plant material diluted with the same fillers found in conventional formulations. A properly formulated butter scrub contains therapeutic grade ingredients at efficacious levels. The concentration matters tremendously. It's the difference between sprinkling a few herbs on your food versus receiving a therapeutic herbal preparation. Natural products don't last long enough to be practical. This perception often comes from comparing application patterns rather than results. So with conventional products, we apply frequently because the relief is temporary. With properly formulated botanical preparations, you need fewer applications because the effects are cumulative rather than transient. So one tube of quality lip butter scrub typically lasts between 2 to 3 months with regular use, often outlasting multiple conventional products you would have purchased in that same time frame. Essential oils might irritate my sensitive skin. Sensitivity concerns are valid. Any ingredient can potentially cause reactions in some individuals. However, properly diluted, high-quality essential oils selected specifically for delicate tissue typically cause fewer adverse reactions than synthetic fragrances and preservatives. Our formula uses only oils with established safety profiles for our mucous membranes at appropriate concentrations. As with any product, we always recommend patch testing if you have particular sensitivities. The price point seems high compared to drugstore options. This perspective shifts dramatically when we calculate actual value. Consider the cost per application rather than the initial purchase price, the elimination of multiple products the single formula replaces, the reduction in frequency needed due to the lasting effects, the long-term benefits of avoiding potential irritants. When we account for all of these factors, premium natural formulations often represent greater economic value, not to mention the incalculable worth of genuine comfort and confidence. Transformation comes through consistent practices rather than occasional treatments. Here's how to incorporate the lip butter scrub into daily life for maximum benefit. So at the beginning of the day, your morning ritual for day-long comfort. Begin with clean lips. Ideally, after brushing your teeth, you just apply a small amount. In circular motions for about 15, 30 seconds. Pay special attention to the border areas right here where dryness often begins. And if I have a little extra, like I do, I just, go ahead and rub that wherever. I already have my makeup on, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to take this and rub it into my hands. Of course, I'm a nurse. I'm constantly washing my hands, and my hands also get very, very dry. And then I take time and breathe in the wonderful infusion. So allow this to remain on your lips. You just apply and go, and then you can do all of your other morning preparations. You can definitely apply it with your makeup, and this is the perfect canvas for any lip color that you want to add, lipstick, whatever your lip routine consists of. And this establishes that protective foundation that supports your lips throughout the day. Your evening application serves a different purpose. Use slightly more and apply with firmer pressure to thoroughly remove any environmental accumulation from the day. After massaging it in for 15-30 seconds, leave a generous layer to work overnight when your body's natural regeneration processes are most active. I recommend pairing this with intentional breathing, 3 deep breaths while focusing on sensations of nourishment and care. The simple mindfulness practice transforms mechanical application into a meaningful ritual. During seasonal transitions or environmental changes, increase your application to 3 to 4 times a day as a preventative measure. This proactive approach maintains the barrier function rather than trying to repair the damage after it has occurred. Remember that topical care represents just one aspect of our lip health. Supporting practices include, of course, adequate hydration. Aim for half of your body weight in ounces of water a day. Eat nutrient-dense foods that are rich in vitamins E, B, and essential fatty acids. Breathe through your nose rather than your mouth whenever possible. Use a humidifier in dry environments, especially while sleeping. Protect your lips from direct sun exposure with natural zinc-based products. Avoid licking your lips. This creates that damaging wet-dry cycle. Be mindful of potential irritants in toothpaste and mouthwash. Include omega-rich oils like flaxseed, hemp seed, or fish oil in your diet. Evaluating medications that may contribute to dryness as a side effect. Practicing stress reduction techniques, as stress can also manifest into physical dryness. These holistic practices complement the direct care provided by the lip butter scrub, thus creating a comprehensive approach to lip wellness that addresses both the internal and the external factors. As we wrap up today's episode, I invite you to consider how this approach to lip care represents a microcosm of essential oil living philosophy. When we shift from fighting symptoms to supporting natural processes, transformation extends beyond physical appearance to our relationship with self-care. If you're ready to experience this difference with yourself, we've made the lip butter scrub available through our website. Remember, true transformation comes through consistent practice rather than occasional treatment. Next week, we'll continue our Essential Oil Living series to discover how these handcrafted treasures can transform your lip care routine while deepening your essential oil practice. It's another beautiful example of how intentional oil-infused products can elevate the ordinary into extraordinary. Until then, I invite you to notice how often you reach for your lip products throughout your day and what sensations prompt that reaching. This awareness itself begins the transformation process. Thank you for joining me today. If you found value in this conversation, please share it with someone who might benefit and leave a review to help others discover these natural solutions. This is Janice's story with AJ's EO Infusions, Essential Wellness Podcast, reminding you that radiant well-being emerges not from fighting against your body, but aligning with its natural wisdom.